Hi, it's Kathy from Bishopstone Yarns, and I'd like to welcome you here to the Bishopstone Yarns podcast. This is the first podcast for 2024, and if you're a new viewer, welcome. It's so great to see you. This is a crafting podcast, and I am Kathy. And you can find me around the internet. You can find me on Facebook as Bishopstone Yarns. You can find me on Instagram as Bishopstone Yarns. You can find me on Ravelry as Bishopstone, and occasionally I put up blog posts on Blogger under Bishopstone Yarns. And that's about it really. If you're a returning viewer, hi, it's great to see you again. Thanks a lot for coming back and hearing what I've been up to. And I am coming to you from Tasmania, which is the little island to the south of Australia, and I am here in the corner of my studio at the moment. So one of the reasons why I thought I'd better pop on and say hello to everyone and just do a really quick little chat about what I've been up to was because I had originally thought I would come on in January and have a little talk to everyone about, of course, my goals for 2024 and what I was going to make and all those kind of things. But I'm still trying to work out what I want to get done, what I want to make, what I want to do in 2024. I don't know how everyone else is feeling. I don't know how they're going, setting their goals. Last year and the year before I had a make 9. Which worked really well. It was great to kind of list out beforehand the jumpers and the bits and pieces and the things that I'd like to make during the year, and then it's really satisfying to get to the end of the year and then tick most things off and say, hey, wow, I got most of those things done. But this time round I kind of thought, well, there wasn't a lot that was really jumping out to me that I was really keen, that I kind of thought, yeah, I really want to make that jumper, and I want to make some cardigans, but I haven't even decided really on what type of cardigan or what design. And then of course I'm trying to use up all my stash as well, and I want to try and make things out of what I already have. I also want to I need to kind of finish selling off the last of my hand spun as well. And so I'm kind of a little bit, I haven't really got to that point yet where I have a definite kind of idea about what I want to make in 2024. I do know that I'm going to be knitting some socks for the family because I always knit people in the family a pair of socks for their birthdays, so I know I can do that. I know that I need to finish my Farmer's Wife sampler quilt this year, so I think I've got either 6 or 9 blocks to finish in that. And I also have a goal to finish my cross stitch, which is the 12 days of Christmas. So that was my little goal of in December. I cross stitched every single day, and I got, I think, the first motif finished, and I think about half or the 2/3 of the second motif finished. So I want to continue with that and get as many of those finished. Hopefully, the thought was to get one done a month during the year, and then I could have those to display next Christmas. But apart from that, I hadn't really come up with any grand plan for what I was going to do. I did have one thought that I really wanted to start weaving again this year. This could be the year for getting back into weaving. I will talk about that in a little bit. But first of all, I think I will start by showing you what I have finished knitting. For those people who have been watching before, you'll remember I was knitting a purple cardigan. I had taken a pattern that was a jumper and I had changed it to a cardigan. No, it was the other way around. It was a cardigan pattern. I had changed it to a jumper pattern, and it was just a kind of a pretty plain kind of jumper, but it had 2 panels of lace down the front. And I really liked the lace, and I really liked the jumper, and I got up to about here, and I was not happy with the neckline at all, and so I pulled it back and then went back again, did the neckline again, and I still wasn't happy with it. So in the end, I pulled the entire thing back, and I then went and bought the vanilla sweater pattern here by the Woolly Thistle, and decided to knit that. Now, the yarn that I got is the recommended yarn, which I was trying to look it up so I can say exactly what it's called, because I keep getting it wrong. It's like Ranul Finul Garn, I think is the name of the yarn. Anyway, so I had bought this yarn here, which is the purple yarn. I got this, a lady was selling it online nearby, so I bought this, and she had actually bought this from the Woolly Thistle. I had been thinking about ordering some from the Woolly Thistle and didn't get around to it. So when I saw this for sale online, I thought, oh, fantastic. It's just nearby. I could drive there and pick it up. So that's exactly what I did. So I have finished my vanilla sweater, which is going to be very hard to show you, but here it is. It's just a plain top-down, all-in-one jumper. It has a little split hem here at the side. I did change this. The ribbing here was originally I did it in seed stitch, and I decided I didn't really like that. It kind of didn't sit particularly well, so then I undid it, and I did a little rib, and it's got a very short little collar, just a few rows of ribbing, and I absolutely love it. Purple is my favorite color, and I just absolutely adore this. So this jumper has been knitted a couple of times now, or this wool has been knitted into a jumper a couple of times now. So I'm really, really happy with this. This is a really great jumper just to grab and throw on. It's not too heavy. It's quite warm, but not too heavy, and also not too light. So really great for any season here in Tasmania, because yeah, we do happen to have, we don't have the longest of summers, and we do have cold days all the time. It doesn't matter what season it is. You can always get away with a jumper down here in Tassie. You always need jumpers. So I'm really, really happy with how that turned out. So that was one of my and only finished project. The other thing I have started a jumper, the Andala sweater. You can see that here. So the Dala sweater is designed by Eleanor Mortensen, and this is a paid-for pattern. I just got this through Ravelry, so you can easily look this up on Ravelry and get it. And if you can see the design there, the Dala is like the Dala horse, which is this, the yoke designs here. So the Dala horse is a Swedish kind of traditional carved wooden horse that's got this beautiful painted patterns on it. So this was kind of, I've had my eye on this jumper for a long time, and I really, really wanted to make it. And I thought, for me, it reminds me very much of a Christmas jumper. So this is my Christmas jumper, and maybe if I stand up, you'll be able to see it a little bit better. So this is as far as I've got. I have done the yoke, and I don't know how to show you. Oh, well, I'll show you when I sit back down. But I have just separated for the sleeves, and I'm really, really happy with how it's turning out. So here's the armhole. I have only just started. This is all I've done, the underarm. So I've got quite a bit more knitting to do. I am now just working on the body, so it is pretty easy, kind of going round and round and round. So far the pattern has been really easy to follow. The chart is really easy. There's only 2 colours, so not a lot to think about or anything too difficult there. I just love the Darla horse. I actually went to have a look to see if I could grab my Darla horse to show you, and I put it away somewhere. I moved everything after Christmas, after my Christmas display, and I put things away. And of course I put the Darla horse away, and I'm not sure where it is, but when I do find it, I'll take a photo and I'll put it around somewhere, maybe on Instagram or somewhere. Anyway, so this is how far I've got. I'm really, really happy with this. This is actually going to be a really nice lightweight jumper. Still very warm. It's really nice and soft. And I am using, circular needles in, is it 3.5 millimeter needles I'm using for this. And let me just show you, excuse me, the yarn that I am using. So this is part of my using up my stash here. I'm using up 2 cones that I've had sitting around for a long time. They are both Bendigo Woolen Mills 3-ply classic wool, 100% wool. So this is Australian wool here, and this color is charcoal, and this one is cherry red. This is not actually showing up particularly true to color. It's more of a cherry red than an orange. It kind of seems to be showing a bit orangey there, but it is much more of a cherry red color. I was surprised at how much I still have left after having finished the motif, but it just means I've got more to make another red something from, I don't know what, but another red jumper. So, and I have so much of this grey left. Well, I mean, I haven't finished the body yet, but I was worried about running out before getting to the arms, but I don't think that will be a problem at all. I think this this cone is going to go on and on forever. The other thing I have noticed is that because this has been sitting on the cone for quite a long time, the yarn itself, I don't know if you can see it there, is quite compressed. So I have noticed that from where I've been knitting here at the beginning, and it's been knitted and is no longer compressed, it has fluffed up just a little bit, which is really nice. So if you can kind of see this yarn here, so compared to does that, I don't know if you can see that, the difference between the yarn that's come off the straight off the cone to the yarn that's been allowed to breathe for a little bit. It has actually fluffed up just a little bit, which of course makes a little bit of a difference to the finished fabric. So even though I am knitting here with the 3.5 millimeter needles at the moment, it looks a little airy compared to, say, up here where the yarn has already relaxed. And I'm kind of guessing that maybe once I wash it as well for the first time, it might fluff up a little bit as well. So it'll still give me a really nice light kind of drapey kind of fabric, which is what I wanted, because even though this is like a Christmassy kind of jumper for me, we do have Christmas in summer here in Australia, so it's always nice to have something that's not too hot, not too kind of because I mean, if you have really thick yarns and then you're using it in a yoke where you're using multiple colors, sometimes the jumper can get really, really warm, which is great if you want to wear it in the middle of winter somewhere really, really cold. But I was kind of after a jumper that I can wear more, like, you know, a lot more times, more often. Do you know what I mean? Yes, anyway, so I'm really, really happy with how this one is turning out. And actually I really, really like, even just looking at the horses, and now I really, really like it. I'm really, really happy with it. And because it also makes me think very much Christmassy, like Scandinavian Christmas oh, just makes me so happy. The thought of a white Christmas also makes me very happy, even though it is not our tradition here in Australia. We don't really have a white Christmas, even though it has been known a few times to snow on the mountain here in Tasmania on Christmas Day, but it is still summertime. So this is my beautiful Dala jumper. Yes, very, very happy with that one. And very happy as well now that I'm to the body where I can just keep knitting round and round. I don't have to keep looking at the chart all the time and paying attention to that. So that's the only knitting that I've been doing. Like I said, I've got some sock yarn ready to go to make some socks for people in the family. I'm even going to knit myself a pair of socks. I haven't knitted myself a pair of socks for a couple of years, and I've just noticed that some of my hand knitted socks are getting a bit old and tired, and so I'm kind of thinking I'll knit myself some new hand knitted socks during the year. The other thing I was saying was I really want to do some weaving this year. I've decided that I have all these cones around the place. As you can see over here, I've got cones and cones and cones, and on the shelves here behind me I've got all these cones. Some of those are wool, so like this, so I can be using for knitting. Others are cotton, some are linen, but I really need to get back into weaving and start using them. I haven't done any weaving since I moved to this house. That was 3 years ago. So I think it's 2024 is going to be the year to try a bit more weaving, and then see whether or not I still really love weaving as much as I did before. Because if I'm not really all that keen about it, I think it'll be time for me to sell my big floor loom. I'm hoping that's not going to be the case. I'm hoping I'm going to fall back in love with it. And also I need to start using all these cones, otherwise there's no point having them just sitting around if I'm not going to use them. So here is some of my cottons. So these do not have, and this is the other thing I found as well, quite a few of these cottons have been around for quite a long time, and they have no labels on them. So I have no idea, firstly, where they came from, and also exactly what weight they are. This one does have this one is from Australian Weaving Mills, and tells me the colour is gum leaf, which is a strange kind of name for a blue leaf, but I don't know that I would classify that quite so much as a gum leaf colour, but maybe on the mainland it is. Yeah, so anyway, so these are the colours that I'm thinking about using up to begin with. I thought at least those two definitely for a tea towel, and maybe this with a bit of highlighting as well will work. And I don't need to be quite so particular about the colours with my tea towels, because I just want to get back into weaving and kind of use up some of these. You can see how long this one has been around. You can kind of see it's a bit faded on the top. Anyway, it doesn't matter, it's a tea towel, it's not going to make much of a difference. Yeah, well, I think these colours will look really quite nice together. So that will be one of my projects, will be getting back into doing some weaving. I don't know whether or not yet to just have these as a plain weave, just kind of maybe just some stripes and leave it at that, or whether to put a pattern in with my tea towel. If you have any suggestions, just leave a comment below and let me know. Do you think I should go for a pattern? Should I go for a plain? But before I get around to weaving, I actually have to clean up the studio in terms of I have got like little I have stored a lot of stuff around my loom at the moment. So my loom is just over there behind you, and since I haven't used it, I have been storing stuff all around it. So I'm going to have to move everything so I can actually get to the loom, and hopefully also get used to the fact that since I haven't used it since I've moved here, hopefully it's going to be in the right spot. There's going to be enough light, all those kind of things. So it's kind of important, well, at least it's important for me to have my loom somewhere where it's enjoyable, where I can enjoy sitting and working for a while. So big plans for 2024 is get back into weaving, decide if I still love it or not, and then make the big decision, do I keep my loom or not, and also do I keep all these yarns or not. So that's a pretty good goal, I reckon, for the year. And the other thing I have been thinking about making is, of course, a haul runner. And I had some rug yarn before we moved, and I'm hoping that I still have it. I hope I haven't put it out thinking I wasn't going to use it. I'll have to go having a really big look to see if I can find the yarn for that. It was, I think, green and an off-white colour that I had in that. So I thought I could use that to make a haul runner, hopefully, if I find it, if I haven't got rid of it. It's always the way, isn't it? You can think, oh no, I'm not going to use that. You get rid of it, and then later on you go, should have kept it. But hopefully I didn't get rid of it. Hopefully I've got it. Hopefully I've still got it somewhere around. I have to go and find it. Well, that's about it, really. That's all I've been doing. It doesn't look like I've been doing a lot. Oh, the other thing I have been doing is yesterday we were without power for most of the day. So they were fixing the transformer on the pole, and so we were surprisingly without power for the whole day. It was a bit of a surprise to us anyway. They were supposed to cut power off the day before, which I was all ready for and had everything arranged for, and then it only went off for about 5-10 minutes. Then yesterday, of course, it was off for the whole day without any warning. So what else can you do? And is, well, spin. So that's what I did yesterday. I got into doing some spinning. So here we are. I had some brown fleece left over from, I think, when I was doing the Tour de Fleece last year. So I thought, in my effort of trying to tidy up the studio, I got as far as finding this brown fleece, and then I have at least started spinning that. I have got about I think about half a bobbin more on the go at the moment, and then that will be finished and this will be done. And then, of course, I'm going to probably sell this, because I don't think I'll be keeping. I don't think I need any more brown fleece at the moment. So, yarn. So I think I will just sell that. Yes, that was how far I got the other day. I came into the studio thinking I'm going to tidy up, and I got as far as, here's a bag of brown fleece. I'm going to have to start spinning that, and that's what I started doing, and that's as close as I got to tidying up. So, one step closer. You can only do one step at a time, can't you? Oh my gosh. Okay. That is about everything that I have been up to recently. I have to get back in to start doing my cross stitch again, and then do my farmer's wife's quilt, get some weaving done, and I'll let you know how I go. I hope everyone's had a good January, and I will catch up with you later. Bye.